everybody, it's Amanda. What I want to do today is show you how to add a checklist to a folder to give a list of items that need to be completed to your students. So essentially what you need to do is you need to have a course that already has students that are loaded into it. So this may be something you will not do until after school has started. What you need also is a folder that has tasks in it that your students need to complete. So this is a class that I already have that has students inside of it. I have this folder here, today's learning activities, that have several activities that my class needs to complete. So what I'm going to do is take this folder. I'm going to come over here to the settings, click that box so it'll drop down, and then you get all these different choices that go along the way with it. You're going to go down to where it says student completion. When you click student completion, you're going to see this button here, the little plus sign, and it says add requirement beside it. If you click that, it'll give you the first a first choice for requirements. But if you pick this drop down arrow here, it will show you all of the different tasks that you have inside of that folder for your students to complete. So the cool part about this is if I click that Schoology orientation assignment, it was a discussion board that the students had to complete. And so in order to show that you've completed it, a member must, and if you click this drop down box, you could have them either just to go and view that discussion, or they must comment and reply inside of it. So I'm going to put that they have to comment and reply to somebody inside of it to show completion, or comment or reply inside of the discussion to show completion. If I just press save changes, so you'll see this little pop-up come up here that says student progress. You'll see underneath the folder a check must complete. That shows that you have that checklist attached to that folder now. The coolest part about this is if, like, say you have that one thing on that one folder, if I go up here to where it says student progress and click that, at a glance, I can see which students have completed and which students have not completed the tasks that are inside of that folder. So I think that's pretty neat. It'll show up 0% or check mark. Now, knowing that, let me go back to the student completion portion. You can add more than one thing here as a requirement for them to finish along the way. So like I've got that discussion post was the first thing I wanted everybody to do. And then I could say the scavenger hunt, that was a Google Doc that everybody needed to submit. So in order for completion, a member must, and I'll do make a submission because I need them, they've done whatever typing they need to do in that and then give it back to me. So I'm going to put make a submission. You could do with a quiz, like score at least. So if they were, say, doing a quiz, they made less than 70% on it, you wanted them to retake it. Well, you could put it in there that they have to retake it. Or they can just go view an item and indicate that they've done this. So I'm going to put make a submission because they need to do that. So because I did that now, up here in the student progress, that's now going to look a little different because it indicates the two things that you need them to do. So as you see, my first student here only has 50% of those two things that are required, but then you can get a quick glance at these are the other people that have finished along the way with it. If you go back, I'm going to X out of that. Let me go back to student completion again. Show you another thing. So then you can add a third requirement, a fourth requirement, whatever you need as far as seeing that. It also helps your kids to see, hey, I've only finished one of the four things that I need to finish along the way. You can click this, that requirements must be completed in a sequential order. So if you have one activity that leads into another activity, you could take and put those activities in order here. So that way the kids know that you need to do, watch this video and answer this discussion question before moving on to your application of that learning. So say you have these requirement here that you no longer need. If you come back into the student completion, you can just press this X and it'll take off that requirement. And then you just press save changes and it'll fix it. It'll say completion settings have been changed. And so that has been done. So that's all you have to do to set that up. And then it'll give you kind of a quick breakdown of, that particular thing, the things that you have indicated kids need to finish. You can kind of see what their progress is as a glance up here. Now, it won't really show you which one of those things that students have done unless you go into each assignment and start looking over it. So that's all. Let us know if you have any questions.